you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires.
There's a policy proposal that says your plan, and I'm going to quote it for folks, is to shift the tax burden from overtaxed homeowners in the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighborhoods. Are you committed to keeping New York as a sanctuary city?
Absolutely.
Bob.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is the Sunday Spotlight because the news media is a dumpster fire full of clowns and we're bringing the marshmallows. All right, folks, buckle up because we are nosediving into the nightmarish clown show that is modern politics.
Did you fall asleep or did you pass out?
I'm your host, Dronetek, here to dissect the carnage of ideas so bonkers they make a Neil Breen plot look coherent.
You won't need security. You're gone.
Excuse me. What? Today we're talking about Zohran Mamdani, New York's race communist mayoral hopeful who's decided to crank the dial to 11 on the what the hell did I just read scale. Grab a drink, preferably something strong, because this is gonna hurt.
Something very familiar about all this.
Check this out, then stick around for some more mind-blowing bonus clips. But before that, give me a few moments in the spirit of capitalism to check out this episode's sponsor, Giant Mining Company. Now, I really want to talk to you about an extraordinarily important topic, and that is how the United States of America is currently making sure its national security isn't compromised. As you know, there are many moving parts to our economy, from trade to the dollar, but my focus is on materials, the bedrock of our economy. Without them, the US will find it hard to compete with China. That's why President Trump has signed several historic executive orders to protect copper production and mining on US soil. Copper is often called the new oil. It is at the heart of America's future, and I could not be more bullish about it, especially when it's coupled with gold. Copper demand is surging, while supply struggles to keep pace. Seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am a full 10 when it comes to domestic US copper production. Now, here's where basic and common sense supply and demand come into my bullish thesis. Global mine production is expected to peak in 2026, with a projected 700,000 ton deficit in 2025 alone. Underinvestment in new mines has created a supply crunch. Like I said, this is the time to get bullish and inquisitive on this sector and metal. The US-China trade war has disrupted global copper supply chains. China, which controls 50% of global smelting, faces export challenges. Trump's investigation into copper imports aimed at national security is the leading edge in a worldwide revolution in mining. I want us to truly grasp the scope of the opportunity with copper mining on US soil. This is precisely what the Trump administration thinks about copper. Lutnick is quoted as saying, quote, "American industries depend on copper, and it should be made in America. No exemptions, no exceptions." Trump said, quote, "I have imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel because if we don't have it, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long.
It protects our national security. It's time for copper to come home."
The world is hungry for copper. Giant Mining, stock ticker BFGFF, is the sponsor of today's video. Check this out. Not only does it own a copper, silver, gold project in Nevada, but it also recorded the best ever drill intercepts in September of 2024, with additional great results in just the past few weeks. This company is the only copper company that I'm bullish on right now. You can find all their information in the description and pinned comment. Seriously, do your homework on these guys. Their infrastructure is ready to go, including access roads, power supply, transportation, water, ore stockpiles, processing space, and a processing plant. Check them out.
We went on your website and realized there's a policy proposal that says your plan, and I'm going to quote it for folks, is to shift the tax burden from overtaxed homeowners in the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighborhoods. Explain why you are bringing race into your tax proposal.
That is just a description of what we see right now. It's not driven by race. It's more of an assessment of what neighborhoods are being undertaxed versus overtaxed.
And I understand you're saying we're simply describing the types of neighborhoods that would see these increase in taxes, and yet by invoking race, do you run the risk of potentially alienating key constituents?
I think I'm just naming things as they are.
Oh, right.
Oh, No, it's not racist at all. It's just an assessment of who's in those neighborhoods. Yeah, I just wonder how this conversation would go with Kristen Welker if we were talking about the reality of black neighborhoods or Mexican neighborhoods.
You are a self-described democratic socialist.
He's a communist.
Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
Shut up!
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality.
Give me some of the pain and let me die.
Well, you know, the border czar, Tom Homan, has said that he is planning to deploy ICE agents to New York, worksite enforcement to essentially increase and enhance the number of ICE agents here. If that happens on your watch, how do you plan to handle it?
We have to stand up and fight back.
Well, there it is.
Okay, let me get this straight. Zorhan Mamadani has decided the best way to fix New York is to what? Declare open season on ICE agents? Well, I guess that's not surprising, coming from a guy who said this.
Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used when people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction.
Yes, I'm sure the innocent lady on that subway barely felt the artificial construct. All we've heard for years on end from these exact same people is how horrible January 6th was, in large part because of the fighting with police, who were treated as mythic, heroic figures by the same media who incited years worth of riots against police officers, no less, and who now apparently take no issue for the now months worth of violence from leftists and Democrats against ICE agents.
Let's talk about immigration, deportation. Are you committed to keeping New York as a sanctuary city?
Absolutely.
These are the same folks who endlessly and robotically repeated the phrase, "No one is above the law," but clearly see themselves and their illegal alien constituents as above the law. It is, of course, different when they do it.
Always is.
So yeah, a tax that would disproportionately target white people, as if it's a subscription fee for existing. Is this what they mean by ending whiteness? This guy's campaign is sounding more and more like a rejected script from the next Obama Netflix series. When your big brain ideas sound like they were scribbled on a napkin during an Ibrahim X. Kendi lecture, maybe it's time to step back and rethink things.
We all know that will never happen.
Nah, actual systemic racism by the government against white people is somehow totally different. All right, now, there aren't a lot of mainstream establishment Democrats coming out and openly sponsoring Mamadani just yet. But there are a few Democrats willing to come out and do that.
Brown people from different backgrounds, the word socialism is weaponized as some kind of, anti-American thing. And, Senator Gillibrand and others seem to have fallen victim to that level of ignorance and miseducation.
Wow, you just put it all out there, don't you?
Yes, it's all a conspiracy to weaponize the word socialism against the poor, bullied socialists. Weaponized? It's not a weapon, it's a bloody wrecking ball. Every time it's tried, it leaves a trail of economic ruin and human suffering. But sure, let's just normalize it, like racism against white people. The fact is, Trump has been on an insane winning streak, and it is leaving leftists and Democrats in a non-stop state of psychotic meltdown.
I can't believe that we are asking the question, is the 14th Amendment to the Constitution constitutional? That is what, it is crazy. And I am sorry, but people need to call, this is crazy. They're asking us not to believe our own eyes and our own ears. They're asking us to go against everything that we know to be true. This is insane.
Human.
This is definitely something I voted for. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments, and if you're still here, might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post on a regular basis, both short and long form, so make sure to keep checking back for more.